Hello there, this is P+7 on Twitter and YouTube, P+ elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at PurpleButterfly-People.blogspot.com, and my shows can be purchased at P+.etsy.com, and I'm known as P+ the Purple Butterfly. I have apparently adjusted my size. I'm not as big as I used to be, but by the same token, because I know me, I don't want to go buy a whole bunch of clothes and then gain some weight or lose more weight. So what's a girl to do? Well, I have a method of making t-shirts, and it just occurred to me other people might need to know how to make a traditional basic t-shirt. They're called t-shirts for the simple fact that they actually look like a T from the original concept of t-shirts, and then somewhere down the line they got rounded sleeves and capped shoulders and all that, and then became a complicated thing with the ribbing and all that. Come on now. When t-shirts were first invented, none of that was the case. In fact, I'm going to show you how I made my very first t-shirt just with a piece of paper. There was a long time ago method of making a paper hat and a ship that I used to share with the kids. And I'm going to show you that now because it's actually part of the same pattern. I just took out, a couple of steps, and what's left over is the simplicity of it. But I'm going to show you how to make a paper hat. First, you do this, and then this, and that gives you this. Y'all remember this from way back in the day when we were, say, in elementary school. And this was considered to be a paper hat. Okay? Now, if you fold it up towards the edges, I used to be really big into origami. And this is what I did for, say, fun, pastime, whatever, before I learned how to knit and all that. And then you fold it this way, and you pull it out like this, and you got a ship. And there was a story that went with it. There was a guy who didn't listen to his captain, and they told him to go back, and nope, he couldn't listen, so crash. He binds into the stern, and it takes off that part of the ship. And while trying to counter steer, boom, he goes into the starboard bow, and it takes off that part of the ship. So in the meantime, everybody is trying to go and get out and jump and get in the life preserver, so forth and so on. So by the time everybody got out of the boat, the only thing that was left in the morning was the captain's shirt. Is that cool or what? Now, the way I make a t-shirt is almost exactly the same thing without the extra steps and without the story. I take fabric and I measure out how wide I am at my widest point. In other words, if you're a girl, it's the boobs. If you're a guy, it's your shoulders. But you measure out the widest part all the way around. So say for instance it's 38, then that means I'm looking for 19 inches in the front, 19 inches in the back. The arms will automatically be the length of whatever the fabric is, but you're going by your widest point. So you take the material, and you're going to make sure the material is at least as long around as your measurements are there, and then you got to have it from here to wherever you want your waist to be, times 2. So, say for instance I had a piece of fabric like this, and the beauty of this pattern is you can work for any size human being, whether it's a baby or whatever size the human being is. So you fold your fabric in half, because this is the top, this is the bottom, this is going to be everything in between. Now you're going to fold that in half. And I will be wearing a shirt that I make out of this pattern in the morning. Right now I have a limited amount of time because I got to go back to work in, about an hour. I still got to get my nap in and all that. Now, after you fold that in half, this is the top seam, so forth and so on, you're going to fold it again. That gives you a half point. That is just to crease it. Now you're going to open that fabric back out, okay? Then you're going to take and you're going to go from this corner to wherever it terminates. In other words, you're going to fold it to match right there. And wherever it terminates, that's where your ending sleeve's going to be. Now, you remember that seam we put right there? That seam is going to be our one cutting line to make this shirt. You're going to go straight up that cutting line. Okay, theoretically, that's how you make the pattern. When I actually do it, I usually come over about 1/4 of an inch as the seam allowance. A lot of times, I just make it bigger than my measurements, so that way I don't have to worry about seam allowance. So you go up that one seam. Ta-da. And then, guess what you get? A t-shirt that's perfect to your measurements. Now, say for instance you want to do everything just in the simple method, you're going to take the very corner, and you can adjust it accordingly. You cut that at an angle, and then when you open it up, you have a round neckline for a t-shirt. And then you take and you stitch here, well actually you can't see my hand on that side. You stitch here on down, here on down, and it doesn't matter if you leave it open, if it's a knit material you can do that, or if you whip stitch it or whatever, but when you open it up, you'll have, you whip stitch it on the edges, but you'll have a t-shirt that you can wear, that you could decorate with whatever fabric you want, that nobody else would have one exactly like. Ta-da. And if you are the type that believes in Jesus and knows that he leads you in the way you should go, one thing to know about a t-shirt is it also forms a perfect box. Ta-da. Anyway, that's how I make a t-shirt. And I will be back to show you the t-shirt that I make with this method. I still have to go and do new measurements on how big my waist is, how big my hips are, how big my sleeves are. Oh, by the way, when you do this, your sleeves is going to be like right about here. So you can actually make it a 3/4 length, or you could trim it up to wherever you want it. If you want it longer than that, then you simply need to make a longer piece of, a longer pattern for your piece, and then cut it trimmed even with the base of the fabric, so that way you end up with a long sleeve shirt and you trim it accordingly. But for summertime, I generally do it this way, so that way I don't have to worry about if it's going to be too long, if it's going to be too big. It's going to make a loose-fitting t-shirt. Some people, depending on measurements and all that, might want to take and come in just a little bit more, so that way it has a definite cap type formation. But for a basic loose t-shirt, that's all you need. Ta-da. So, this has been People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at PurpleButterfly-People.blogspot.com, and my soaps to be purchased at People.etsy.com. Don't forget to check everything out, my soaps, my jewelry, everything. And don't forget to rate, comment, and stay blessed. I also am going to check my blog, because I do believe I put this pattern on my blog at some point in time or another. If it's already there, I'll just link it. If it's not there, then I'll be posting this onto the blog. Y'all stay blessed. Bye now. People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People7 on Twitter and YouTube, people elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at PurpleButterfly-people.blogspot.com, and my shows, Purple Butterfly shows, can be located at people.etsy.com. This is my folded t-shirt. This is how it looks. When you use stretch knit material, or anything that has give, this will fit smoothly, especially over hips. I cut a tunic opening there because I forgot to add the seam allowance, so, it had to fit over the hips. So this is what it looks like. This will automatically make a quarter seam. If you want the sleeve shorter, you take it up and hem it there, or you can just add something to the bottom. I generally don't. This is the size I like, so that's how I designed it. But look up the pattern. I'll even put the link in here for the folded t-shirt or how I fold a tee. And this is what you get when you follow those directions. This has been People7 on Twitter and YouTube, people elsewhere on the internet. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. My blog is located at PurpleButterfly. My blog is located at PurpleButterfly-people.blogspot.com, and my shows, Purple Butterfly shows, can be located at people.etsy.com. Forgive the messiness of the camera, but this is a new format, and until quick is reinstalled or something takes place, this is basically how I have to do videos. Stay blessed. Bye.